once again, and welcome to the Haven Financial Group radio show. We appreciate you listening this morning. Happy Sunday. Feel free to give us a call. 612-504-8400. Visit us online at havenfinancialgroup.com. All kinds of retirement tools. We have a community site there. We got clients that share recipes and pictures and their favorite pet and whatever else. It's a really good system. It's a really good website. I encourage it. Come out to our classes. We'd love to have you throughout the course of the whole year. Medicare Made Simple, investments, Social Security, all kinds of good ones. Actually, Rachelle might even tell you about one coming up at the Ames Center in Burnsville. A really big event. I'll let her talk about that. We'd love to have you. And it's good to have my wife of almost 30 years and our office manager at Haven Financial Group with us on the show today.
Yes, it certainly is. And I'm so glad that, Larry, you were the one who said maybe we should sit down and do this. And I'm so glad that you made this decision. I think it's very important for our listeners and for those out there who are trying to make decisions about where to go to put together their portfolio. It's important for them to hear what the two of you see this business being about. And I think so far, you've explained exactly what Haven Financial Group is. I thought maybe what we could do is walk our listener through the experience when they decide that they want to set up one of those appointments. We give the telephone number. We say, if you hear us here on the radio, give them a call, set up a free consultation. But let's walk through, you've called and you've made that appointment and now you're driving and parking in the parking lot. What happens next?
So I'll take this one, Larry. When they are greeted, they walk into the lobby, we're greeted, we make seriously good coffee. People are like, this is the greatest coffee. I'm a coffee snob, so it has to be really good coffee. But we have every beverage you can imagine. So from coffee to waters to iced tea, we always make fresh Sweet Martha's cookies.
By the way, let's clarify. Lots of beverages and stuff, but not alcoholic beverages.
Well, yeah.
Just clarifying that.
Yeah, sorry.
Not when we're talking finances, no.
No, sorry. Yep, I should have clarified. It's probably why I'm not on the radio very often, right? So then typically, depending on what their goals are, we, as our business has grown, we have so many referrals now. Right before I walked in, someone just had emailed me saying, I would love to sit down with you guys, get a second opinion, but I'm deciding on healthcare, the timing of that. I want to retire, but I want to accomplish several things when I'm at your place, and I want to do that. So in this case, I'm going to be efficient with this time. She's clearly still working. And so I'm going to set up an appointment with our retirement specialist. We're going to do a Social Security timing. We're going to look at all the pieces that she has in her puzzle piece. So does she have investment accounts, Social Security timing, any life insurance, all those pieces. And then we want to look at the healthcare. What is healthcare going to cost her? If she retires tomorrow, what does that look like for her? So we're going to then set up a meeting with the Medicare specialist. And so at one meeting, driving here, she lives in Chaska, so it's a little bit of a ways, not too far, but a little bit. We're going to be efficient with her time. So we're going to set up several meetings, and so that we can kind of get a good picture of what she really would be looking at if she was going to pull the retirement, get ready to retire officially. So that is one thing. And I met somebody last week. He is kind of a self-manager. He's done extremely well. And he wanted to set an appointment, but he didn't want any fluff stuff. So he actually met us, brought all his financial statements and said, here, I don't want to do a bunch of general intake. Here's all my stuff. And I want to do a full review. So I want to cut to the chase. I'm busy, but I really have heard about you guys. And I'd love to sit down with your team and do one-stop shop. In a person like that, where they're busy and time is of essence, I might create a lunch, bring lunch in. I'll have the team. So it'll take an hour and a half, and he has the tax, the investment, everybody at his fingertips. And that really works for some people. So depending on what your needs are and who you are and what you're trying to discover, we can create that out and carve that out depending on who you are and what are your top priorities.
Wow, fantastic. Give us an example of some of your long-term clients now and over the long haul, some of your experiences with them.
Meaning like how often I'm seeing
Yeah,
them?
how frequently do
Okay.
you see them? What kind of things do they need to go through? If you're not hearing from them, are you reaching out? Tell us what happens.
What I find most often is our long-term clients we see frequent because they do a lot of services with us. So
Mhm.
right now we just finished our Medicare season. We highly recommend shopping out your insurance and Medicare every year because plans change, coverage change, and of course costs change. And oftentimes they think, oh, I like this company. It's great. I'll just stick with it. But they come in for a review and they're like, oh, I'm so glad I did. I saved money.
Right.
I got now all these extra options. But we're now getting ready. So after Medicare, we're getting ready for tax time. Our tax appointments are filling up. We have 2 full-time tax people. And now we're seeing our clients for tax time.
Mhm.
And we'll get calls going, hey, I'm coming in. I'm getting my taxes done with Melissa or Lance, but I also want to connect with Larry when I'm here. And I might want to collect with the investment team. And I do have a couple questions on insurance. So when I'm coming in, can I line all this up? So depending on who the client is, the amount of, you know, their portfolio or the needs that they might have changes to their life. We have a client in the lobby that sadly both parents passed within the year. So now they have Roths that from their parents that they are needing to make adjustments to. So depending on, what the situation is, we will meet those clients' needs. But often we see our clients many times a year. And our
Mhm.
client events is what our heart is because it's not just your pie chart, but it really is cultivating relationships, meeting their children now that come to our events. And so really it's our chance just to connect on a customer service friend level.
And Larry, if I'm a client, am I kept abreast of updated laws, or am I kept abreast of deadlines that I need to know? Because a lot of times when I'm looking for a partner, it's because I don't know all those or I don't keep track of them very well.
Yeah, some things are automated, but that's
Mhm.
our job working for them is to make them aware of these deadlines. And we do that through either phone calls, we do that from having educational classes, a variety of different ways, a lot of different touches. We send out nice quarterly newsletters every single quarter. They're regular get in touch with social media or emails or touches. So we don't fit the stereotype like a lot of places do, where man, I haven't seen or talked to Larry in 3 years, and I wonder what's going on.
Right.
Uh, we're not gonna harass or bother anybody, but we're gonna stay in touch, because laws changed, the tax code
Mhm.
changed, the big beautiful bill, Medicare and insurance is all goofy like this past year. People were really in Medicare with these
Mm,
insurance companies, they were given little time to react. We were given little time to react. Glenn and Isabella had to be really on top of it. So people were really scattered about going, "Oh my goodness, what do I do? What do I do?" Thankfully, we were able to help as many as we possibly could,
mhm.
thankfully.
We do have a weekly newsletter too, so that comes out updating any pressing news, anything that they really need to know. If they're
Sure.
part of that newsletter, if they've, asked to subscribe, they are getting all our weekly updates constantly.
Yeah. Which is great because then they know if they need to make an appointment, they know if they need to reach out because something might be affecting them. We're talking with Rachelle and Larry Kallevig, of course, of Haven Financial Group. The number is 612-504-8400. You looking for a partner this year? That's the number to call. You just heard the process. Good coffee, good cookies, and good company. 612-504-8400. When we come back, let's talk a little bit more about the family, folks, because I want everybody to understand who the two of you are when you're not there in the office. This is the Haven Financial Group Radio Show.